We showed you Douglas, we had a look at Pier, and now it's the turn of Ramsey, Jewel of the North, some call it. So follow us, join us as we take a look and a walk around Ramsey. Right, let's start our guide to Ramsey with the drive to Ramsey. Obviously there's a couple of ways to get there. If you come from Douglas, you can go over the mountain, which is what we're doing now, and you get a beautiful view of Ramsey when you come down here. Never tire of that. Or you can take the coast road, or you can take the TT course. We're taking the mountain, and there's two nice viewing spots. So one is the Guthries Memorial when you come over, just stop on the left, a little car park. And the other one is at the tower, Albert Tower, which overlooks Ramsey. And we're going to stop by there to show you that. You can walk up from the gooseneck, so if you want a bit of exercise, that's a really nice thing to do. Or, of course, you can just be lazy like we are and drive down there and stop there. But there's two really nice viewing spots that you can stop by to have a look at Ramsey from a distance. Of course, we couldn't talk about Ramsey without also mentioning the TT, because the town is sort of the halfway point, and you see a famous corner here behind me. That's the hairpin. Ramsey is a fantastic place to watch the TT if you've never been, so definitely the hairpin here. You should be able to be somewhere up here in the bushes, or if you walk further up to Albert Tower, this is the footpath up. So usually you can also stand in the middle. There are some more restricted zones now, but you can still watch from the hairpin in some way. Other good spots here are of course May Hill, which is a bit further down from here. Super nice sweeping right-hander, plenty of action there. And of course Parliament Square, which is where they come in full speed, brake, 90-degree right-hander. Either watch from the petrol station or watch from Parliament Square itself. Fantastic area around there. And Ramsey is also great if you want to walk along the track, see a bit more during the race. My advanced spectating concept, if you remember that from my other videos. Because you can walk from Parliament Square to May Hill, no problems. Takes you 5 minutes, so between laps. And you can see a bit more of the races. But yeah, Ramsey is definitely a brilliant place to watch the TT. And of course, if you go further up this road, you're going to get to the Gooseneck, which is one of the most spectacular places to watch the TT with a view over Ramsey. There's a back road to it. Of course, during racing, this road here is closed. But you can take the back road, take the coast road towards Douglas, and then basically use Google Maps, because the back road is tiny, tiny. Turn right, go up the road. Be warned, however, doing TT, it gets very, very busy up there. If you're on a motorbike, you should be fine. If you're on a car, it might get really busy. And if it's raining, the field where you park up at the gooseneck can get really muddy. So if you have like a car with sporty tires or front wheel or rear wheel drive, you may get stuck. So check that out before. But yeah, Ramsey is definitely a place that is great to watch the TT. So welcome to Ramsey proper. We just plugged in by the swimming pool, which is the first place we're going to show you. Plenty of EV charging over here and plenty of parking as well. So you can either charge here or Market Square, or there's a few others. They're all pretty slow still. I think they're only 7 or maximum 22 kilowatts, but it will do. So let's go for a walk around Ramsey. Ramsey itself is pretty small actually, so it's very well suited for walking around, which is what we're doing to show you a bit of the town. We walk across the beautiful swing bridge in the harbor. So behind me, that was the swimming pool that I just quickly showed you. And now we're going on the other side of the harbor, which is where there's more things to show you, including the main shopping street, Parliament Street, and some restaurants we want to show you. Welcome to the center of Ramsey. This is Parliament Square. There's the old courthouse behind us. This is Parliament Street. We're going to take a bit of a walk around, show you a bit of footage what it's like. This is, yeah, the center of town. This is the old courthouse, so it's not the court anymore. There's the famous statue outside with the chess players. I'll show you that in a second. What I really like about Ramsey is it is quaint, it is small. It's a proper little town, and you have, the old stores like this, like Felton's, which you just don't really get in big cities anymore. It has a very, very cozy feel to it, and it's very, nice, clean, like the whole Isle of Man. So let's just grab some footage from around Ramsey for your enjoyment. one of the must stop by places in Ramsey is usually this one here behind me, Gelatory, but they are on their autumn break, so I can't actually show you their very, very nice ice cream or gelato, but usually they're open, they're back on the 27th. And if you're in Ramsey, grabbing some gelato and a coffee here is definitely must-do thing. Shopping-wise on Ramsey, you do have Parliament Street, which has a few stores, and they have the little town square type thing. I don't actually know what the name of this square is, sorry. But you have one shop right here and a bigger shop right near Parliament Square, where the TT course comes in. Now, as you know from the news, Tesco just bought ShopRite, so if they're keeping both, I don't know. But you certainly have a supermarket in Ramsey if you're planning on moving here. Ramsey also tends to be a little cheaper rent-wise and property buying-wise than Douglas, because most people, of course, do work in Douglas and want to live in Douglas or Onken and not commute every day. So you might be able to catch a bargain. Now, strangely, some of these, they have flats up in there, and I do see them come up in the estate agents once in a while, and certainly the cheapest flats I have seen. Some of them were like 50, 60 grand when they came up. Certainly sub 100 if you can grab one. I don't know what they're like inside, but I just noticed that you can get cheaper rents and cheaper property here in Ramsey. That's what's it called? King's Apartments, Kings and Queens Apartments. Probably the tallest building we have on the Isle of Man. It's a residential tower, which very nice views. If you can grab an apartment there, they're also worth looking at. Ramsey is also home to the Queen's Pier, which is that very long structure that you see there behind me. Dates back to Victorian times, I think. You know, when tourists used to come here and it was like a big deal to walk out there. I think that even had like ships stopped there and whatnot. And then it fell into disrepair, like many things around here tend to do for some very strange reason. We're just not very good at maintaining things. And now they, for a few years, have started to restore it. There's the Queen's Pier Restoration Trust. I'm going to link to them below. If you want to donate towards it, have your name on a little metal plaque on it, because they are bit by bit restoring it. And at some point in the future, you will be able to walk out right to the end again. So it's something worth looking at. They do open it already, partially, sometimes. So keep an eye out for any announcement on their Facebook page when there's events, fundraising, and you can visit that. So it's a really nice place to visit, and it's going to be amazing once you can go right back to the end again. If you need something to do and you like bowling, then you can head to Ramsey Bowling. What's actually the name of it these days? It's been renamed loads of times. Energy Bowl, that's what it's called these days. Used to be Shore Bowl and Ramsey Bowl, whatever. It's a nice bowling venue. Also has a little cafe next to it, which is actually pet friendly. It's kind of cool. So if you come with your dog, there's a special little section where you can sit. Food's quite okay. We just tried it. And yeah, if you like bowling, Ramsey is your place, which is also, I think, the only bowling alley on the Isle of Man. There used to be one in Douglas in Castle Mona, but that's been closed for years. So if you like bowling, come to Ramsey. Ramsey, of course, is also home to one of our other attractions. Now you've seen the Douglas station of the railway. I showed you that in my other video. And this is the Ramsey station of the Manx Electric Railway. So you can take that from Ramsey to Douglas, or you can stop in Laxey and then switch trams and take the tram up to Snaefell Mountain. So that is one of the other things you're going to find in Ramsey, is the other station of the Manx Electric Railway, which was in October now, so it runs to the end of October, and then I think they're on a winter break. So this doesn't run all year round. I'll put the link in the description. Do check the operating times and months before you plan your trip. And right next to the electric railway station, there's the tram going to Douglas behind me, you'll find Finoddery. That's how you pronounce it, I think. Our famous distillery. They made quite a name for themselves. You saw them in my other video about local booze, and also I think they were at the food festival. And yeah, Finoddery has made a real good name for creating really nice spirits, primarily gins, that you can buy in all local shops, and I think also further afield. And they have their own little distillery and cafe here. But do check their website, because their opening times tend to vary on what season we're in and so on. So they're not open very often, but they're certainly here if you want to check out the distillery, or give them a shout on Facebook or send them a message. And their gin is certainly worth trying. Ramsey is also home of the other freight port on the Isle of Man. If you see those blue trailers there behind me, if you need to ship something to the Isle of Man, big, usually commercial goods, Mazeron is an alternative to the steam packet if you don't want to put it on the steam packet. And that stuff would usually arrive here in Ramsey. So if it doesn't fit on the Manxman or the Bambucree, then the Mazeron, they have their own ship and it's only freight, no passengers. And something like, you know, order like B&Q and so on, they would put their stuff on with Mazaron and it would arrive here. One part of Ramsey that will, of course, look familiar to TT fans is Ramsey Promenade, which is the location of the Ramsey Sprint every year. It's also a very nice place to go because right next to it is this place, Murak Park, with its lake. You can take a walk around, there's exercise machines, loads of sports facilities, playing fields, BMX, skate park, everything. It's a bit of a community place really, and it's really, really nice. I mean, Ramsey Town Commissioners are doing a fantastic job keeping this as one of the nicest places to just relax and connect with nature on the whole Isle of Man. And the building you see there behind me, if you are a car club coming here, or well, general tourists as well, but a lot of car clubs particularly, then you may be staying there because that's Ramsey Park Hotel, and they are seemingly one of the premier destinations for car clubs coming over. The Supercar stayed there, the Porsche guys, loads of others, which is of course a great location because you are in Ramsey. So if you want to go for a morning raid over the mountain, it's right next door. So you hop in your car and you can go for a run over the mountain. Maybe that's one of the reasons why this is one of the preferred hotels for car clubs coming over to the Isle of Man. Other than that, just hang out down here at the prom. There's cafes here. There's a cafe in here, there's a cafe on the other side. I think in the summer you even can rent boats and stuff here. So down Ramsey Promenade, Murak Park, and this whole area is really nice if you want to just relax or do some sport. When it comes to food and our favorite places to go out in Ramsey, I'm going to again hand you over to the professional chef in our family. Now, I'm sure there's loads more nice places in Ramsey, but these 3 or 4 are the ones we like to go to. And who's number 1 on our list?
Number 1 will be Good Stuff for Sunday's roast and your normal dinner and lunch meal.
And number 2 on our list?
Number 2 will be Velikas if you love Indian food, and it's one of the best Indian food in town or in Ramsey.
Or in the whole island.
Or yes, in the whole island.
They're really, really good. And number 3, where else are we going?
Our favorite one will be, for dessert, I really love Gelatory. Yeah, it's the best. Yes.
And for where do we
well,
go
for Sunday's roast, you can also go to Mitre. But if I'm gonna rate it between Good Stuff and Mitre, Good Stuff will be 9 out of 10, and Mitre will be 7 out of 10.
Cool. So if you want your roast, try the Good Stuff first. But the Mitre, I don't think they have it every Sunday.
Yeah, not anymore.
We had a look
checked
before
it.
and it wasn't on. Usually it's every Sunday. I don't know if they might only do it in summer or something. Yeah. Could be. But yeah, so there's a few good food places in Ramsey. So if you want to have a meal somewhere, well, can't go wrong with the Good Stuff, Mitre, and definitely Velikas and some ice cream from Gelatory. So that's roughly about it for our quick look around Ramsey. I just wanted to give you a little glimpse at it because I realized there isn't actually much footage of all the different Manx towns on YouTube. Just, generic footage, someone showing you the place. So I hope that was useful. That's Queen's Pier there behind me, they're renovating it. And yeah, that was a look around Ramsey. Hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, or if you know a favorite place to eat, or if you have any questions for visiting or moving here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.